Hello, fellow students. So, I put up an act today, and then on the Saturday, I put up the whole thing. And then on Sunday, I thought maybe it would be useful to collect just the introductions and the outros. I'm not quite sure why I thought that would be useful. It's not really like you get a summary of the play. And then I found in my vaults bonus material, which I thought I'd add at the end of the intros. For example, for the Two Gentlemen of Verona, the very first attempt to do this, I wasn't yet sure how I'd do songs. I did try singing the songs and then acting underneath that, as you will see. So there's a take of that which will be enjoyed by you after the intros. That's this week's bonus material for Two Gentlemen of Verona. I hope you're all doing tremendously. Wobbly. If I ever do continue this, I'll have to sort out a setup. Anyway, this is what I look like now. Okay, got it. Hello, friends. Happy new week, happy Monday. Just checking a t-shirt printed for me by John Finnemore with all the voices I can do. All of which I'll be using for what we're about to embark on. Act 1 of the very first play William Shakespeare ever wrote. The Two Gentlemen of Verona, as you've never seen it before. Because you probably never have seen the Two Gentlemen of Verona before. I'm pretty unfamiliar with it. Let's see if you can tell. I was thinking before every act of explaining what's going to happen next. I think it's pretty easy to follow. The good thing is that whenever a character comes on, they immediately address the other character by their name, so you can tell which one I'm playing. For a while, at least. There hopefully will be less clumping than there was in the introductory video. My setup is an open desk, but I'm not going to be moving the book much. I'm not going to keep still, because everyone in this play is young and excited, and so horny that folding a piece of paper in half makes them think of sex. So that's probably the biggest tonal difference between what we're about to do and what I did before, Daniel Defoe reading about the plague year. It's 7 o'clock, it's 7:30. I've been putting this off far too long. Let's just do this. Ta-da! Hello, friends. Happy Tuesday evening. It's very late, I know. I had some technical difficulties. I was looking for a dog, basically, because there's a dog in this act. I didn't find a dog, but I did find a better phone, which I won't use to make these films yet, because even more might go wrong. Nothing's gone wrong. I'm going to be using some props with this one as well, because there is a scene that I think is sort of prop comedy. It's a fun scene, apart from one line, which I've cut. That line is, "A Jew would have wept to have seen our parting." There is still racism in this act. We got through a whole act yesterday without any racism, though. Yes, so heads up, warnings about that. So the Two Gentlemen of Verona are Valentine and Proteus. An interesting name. Proteus is madly in love with Julia, who I think he barely knows, but that's the nature of these things. Valentine is going, "Oh, you're in love with a lady, that's stupid. I'm going off to seek my fortune." So he does. He's off to Milan. And then just as Proteus hears that Julia is madly in love with him back, as far as these things go, he gets told by his dad that he's going to be sent to join Valentine, because he should go and seek his fortune as well. And I think that's all you need to know. Oh, Milan, I think... everyone in Milan is going to have an American accent just to make the voices easier. Even later now, one other thing I realised while I'm editing, today I decided to just read it as dialogue from a book, if looking always at the camera whenever I'm looking up, basically, because I wasn't sure how much this was helping. Maybe it's making it better, I don't know. Any feedback is very welcome, comments below. That's how you do it. So late now. Okay. On we go. Ta-da! Hello, friends. Happy Wednesday. Daylight and a shorter Act 3. No props this time. The story so far. Proteus and Valentine are two gentlemen of Verona. Now, there's a little bit more to it than that. Proteus was in love with a woman, Julia. Valentine went to Milan and immediately fell in love with the Duke's daughter, Sylvia. Proteus was then sent from Verona to join his friend, even though Julia loved him terribly. And as soon as Proteus got to Verona, it's not complicated. So they were in Verona, and then Proteus has joined Valentine in Milan and immediately fallen in love with Sylvia, which, I didn't see coming, but then Proteus is the Greek god of fluids. Sylvia loves Valentine, and they were going to escape from her tower using a ladder. And Proteus, even though he's been Valentine's lifelong friend, has decided to tell the Duke they're going to do this, because love conquers all. And I think that's it. So let's continue with the act. Forewarning you of casual Elizabethan racism. Oh, I say casual. Black is ugly, white is beautiful. That's just always a thing that seems to keep popping up. And, well, also, I'd say Elizabethan sexism, but that's a little bit countered by the fact there are at least female characters in this play, although not in this scene. Hello, friends. Happy Thursday. We continue then with Act 4 of the Two Gentlemen of Verona, Shakespeare's first play. I'm new to this play, but oh my goodness, there's so much in this act that I love. It has a song in it, and I was wondering how to do that, and so what I'm going to suggest is that you, gentle viewer, find a piece of music that you like, that you want to listen to while the music's playing, and I'll cue it and end it. It's to be played at night under someone's window, and then I'll say the lyrics on top of that. That seems to be the easiest way. So if you want to just pause the video. The story so far. Proteus and Valentine are two gentlemen of Verona. Proteus has fallen for Julia. Julia, in turn, has fallen for Proteus. But before they can get married, Proteus is sent to join his friend Valentine, who has left to go and seek his fortune. Before they part, Proteus and Julia exchange rings as love tokens. While he's gone to seek his fortune, Valentine has fallen for the Duke's daughter, Sylvia. Proteus, joining Valentine, also immediately falls for Sylvia, forgetting Julia. Now, Valentine and Sylvia are betrothed, and they plan to elope. Proteus, knowing this, not wanting Valentine to hook up with Sylvia, decides to tell the Duke. So he betrays his friend, and Valentine is banished to, I don't know, the woods, the desert, wherever you go where you are banished. The Duke wants his daughter Sylvia to marry vain Thurio, and so he trusts Proteus and gives him access to Sylvia's tower to try and talk her round to loving Thurio. But of course Proteus is not going to do this. Proteus wants Sylvia to love him. Julia, unaware of this, is missing Proteus so much that she decides to leave Verona and join him, disguised as a page boy, because, basically to avoid the attention of dickheads. Also, Valentine has a servant, Speed, who has joined him in exile, and Proteus has a servant, Lance, who has a dog called Crab. Ta-da! Hello, friends. Happy Friday, happy May Day, happy Act 5 of the Two Gentlemen of Verona. Well, I say happy Act 5. This has been a really charming play to do up to this point. You know when you sometimes see a presenter or an actor, you go, oh, they were great, why aren't they in stuff anymore? And then you go, oh, wait, hang on, do you suppose they may have... This act's a little bit like that, but we'll see. We'll muddle through. That's what this is, muddling through all of Shakespeare. I get to use this. That's an owl. Also, because it comes up occasionally, wink doesn't mean what it means to us. Wink in Shakespeare means to shut one's eyes. Possibly Elizabethans were just very bad at winking. I think black means tanned. I don't think Thurio is actually black. I think you're fair or you're black, so you're pale or you're tanned. Although it's still melanin hatred, however you want to parse it. The story so far, well, don't start with Act 5. Watch the whole play if you're going to watch it. But just as a reminder, Valentine in exile has been made captain of a band of outlaws. That was cheery. Sylvia is going to join him in the forest with the help of someone called Sir Eglamour. Having spurned Proteus once and for all, he's had to accept her painting. And he's also fired Lance and taken on Julia, dressed as a page boy, as his new servant. Ta-da! And that was the Two Gentlemen of Verona. Tomorrow, nothing. And then Sunday, there will be a little something. The next play we do, if you thought that was too feminist, is The Taming of the Shrew. It has an induction. What's an induction? It's a little bit at the beginning of the play that sort of has nothing to do with it. So I might record that on Sunday and put that up. And then Taming the Shrew starts on Monday. I'll stick that up there when it's done. Act 4 of this play will go there. As I said before, I really love that act. Thank you very much for watching The Two Gentlemen of Verona. I hope you're doing tremendously. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your advice. Thank you for tips. Goodbye.
Aye. Repeat, let's hear him.
Who is Sylvia? What is she that all her swains commend her? Holy, fair, and wise is she, the heaven such grace did lend her, that adored she might be, that adored she might be.
How now? You sadder than you were before? How do you, man? Music likes you not?
No, you mistake. Musician likes me not.
Why, my pretty youth?
He plays false, father.
How? Out of tune on the strings?
Not so. But yet so false that he grieves my very heartstrings.
You have a quick ear.
I would I were deaf. It makes me have a slow heart.
I perceive you delight not in music.
Not a whit when it jars so.
But hark, what a fine change is in the music.
Aye, that changes the spite. What, you'd have always play the one thing? I would always have one play one thing. But host, doth this Proteus that we talk on often resort unto this gentlewoman?
I tell you what Lance, his man, told me. He loved her out of all Nick.
Where is Lance?
Gone to seek his dog, which tomorrow by his master's command he must carry for a present to his lady.
Please stand aside.